Hi, family. It's your girl Carol, aka with the Real by Miss G. If you're nasty, and this is Ask a Veteran. That's me, where we hit hard topics like PTSD, anxiety, depression, coping skills, advice, how tos. We cover a lot of things. I'm just saying. I'm gonna try to hit on as many topics as possible. Okay. And for family members who want to figure out how to communicate with their veteran or with a person who has PTSD. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Um, yeah. The talk. The talk. The talk is a conversation that you have with a loved one, family, friend, coworker, right? Now, I've said that you need to have these discussions, but I feel like I might need to tell you exactly what you need to say. Because another thing that goes along with this here PTSD stuff is our communication has to change. We have to change how we get our feelings across. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to make sure that people understand exactly where we're coming from. Because if they don't, then they can assume that we mean something that we don't. So, this is a how to, pretty much, okay? This is a how to video on how to have this first conversation with your family, okay? If you want to take notes, take notes. Um, I might have some sidebars every once in a while because y'all know I'm OC. What is it? ADHD? Yeah, got a little sprinkle of that. Sorry, like I'm sorry. Um, so yeah. So for me, um, I'll give you like my background a little bit. So I was in the Navy. I did 5.5 years in the Navy, Hoorah shipmate. And then I turned right around and did 7.5 as a Army contractor. So I was with the Army as well. And yeah, that full 7 years, I was in the Middle East the whole time, which is stupid. But it was a job and I did it and I got paid for it. So the ACO team on that. But I brought home some nice souvenirs. Depression, anxiety. Huh? Huh? Anybody else got that? Ooh, it was a package deal. So I I'm not sure if it was just me or if this is a across the board veteran like byproduct. But when I first came back, I didn't trust people. I didn't I didn't I didn't tell people things because I was so used to keeping everything a secret. Because like when you're active duty, like if you are not able to do your job because you're sick, you're a dirtbag. Yeah, period. Oh, you can't work? Why are you here then? Trifling. Oh, you got the flu? You better flew through it. Here's some Tylenol, canteen of water. Deal. That's it. And so when I got out, that's what I was used to, just dealing. So I was making horrible situations work. Do you know I walked around with a broken foot for 6 years? And I knew it was broken. I would just pop the bone back. Don't be like me, kids. Go to the doctor. Feel something wrong? Go to go to the doctor. Like it's and I did it often. Like I was used to just walking through the pain. That when I finally was like, yo, enough is enough. I need to get some of this stuff fixed because this is stupid. I should not be in this. I'm young. I am young, but I have an old body. I have I have a full-on veteran body. And most veterans know exactly what I'm talking about. You like 26 and your body is like 62. It's ridiculous. It really is. But it's common. So you deal, right? So the first conversation that you need to have is acknowledging that nothing that you had to do to survive is bad on you. It's not bad on you. You was following orders. You wasn't in charge. Even if you was in charge, you wasn't in charge. You ain't have no say in nothing. So acknowledging the fact that you did nothing wrong. That's the first thing. I don't care how many kill shots you got. I don't care if you've seen the life leave somebody's eyes. I don't care. You made it back. And that's what you were supposed to do. So if nobody else says it, I'm going to say it. You did nothing wrong. You did what you were supposed to do to come home. Took me years to understand that. I wasn't in charge of nothing. I was just another drone. They pointed and shot. That's it. So, you did nothing wrong. You survived. That's what you were supposed to do. Survive. Next thing is, you need to understand that you were supposed to come home. No matter who you left behind, you were supposed to come home. And I'm happy you came home. If nobody else says it, I'm going to say it. I'm happy that you made it back. Because a lot of people didn't. Okay. Now for the conversation. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. I love you guys. I'm sorry. Somebody needed to hear that, and I had to say it. Maybe I needed to hear that. Because sometimes I have to remind myself. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. And we're back. Sorry. That happens sometimes. I just drift off. Do 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 do. Sorry. Um. So the conversation. Well, depends on which conversation you're trying to have. So let's talk about the conversation with your family. Hi guys. I mean, I don't know how you talk to your family. Hey, can we have a family meeting? Listen, my philosophy is tell them all at the same time so you don't have to have 18,000 conversations because after a while it starts getting irritating saying the exact same thing over again. But if confrontation sets you off, then you might want to do it individual because sometimes when you have a lot of people who are concerned about you in one room, then the energy gets high really, really fast because they have a lot of questions. And usually when you if you have the same question over again, then you'll get better at answering it each time, right? And the plus is, no matter what the answer, if the answer changes, like how do you feel today? If you're not feeling good today, acknowledge that. That's okay. Because guess what? They have good and bad days, just like you will have good and I have bad days. I just have to make sure that the good days outweigh the bad. That's all. That's my only goal. My only goal is to get back to, I know that's one of the first, I understand that I've changed. I get that. Or I understand that you've changed and I've stayed the same. So now I need to catch up because I haven't been here. And family members, let me just put this out to you, right? And y'all can agree or disagree. This is my opinion and my opinion only. But the military and prison kind of line up. I do apologize if you don't feel like it's the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing, okay? You are stuck in a location for a determined amount of time. The only time that you find new information is when someone new comes to that establishment and brings it with them. Contraband. All the bases are dry, but things get in, just like prison. I'm just, I listen, we're going to be honest today. Love you. I'm just saying, it's just like that. Because, like, I remember what song came out? Um, Freeze. Oh, Freeze came out. Freeze came out, and a new unit had just left the states to come in theater, right? And Freeze came out, and this dude, one of the dudes who was one of the soldiers who had came in, he was a DJ, so he had got all the new music, every piece of new music that nobody in the Middle East had heard before. He brought it with him, and when I say that was the best. I don't care how old the music was. I don't care if the guy came in September and the music came out in February. We was lit. We was excited. It's just like prison. Prison the same way. 100%. Except for most likely prison gets it faster because most people, like, people come in every day. Like, people don't come in every day. They don't. I'm sorry. Sorry. So, like, yeah, you've already been through the thick of it, right? So now it's time to have conversations about how you're actually doing. I understand that this is going to be hard, but I'm strong, you're strong, and I feel like if we communicate this in the right way, that we can get our relationships back. Because I missed you guys. And I feel like you've missed me when my mind doesn't trick me into thinking that you hate me. I'm sorry, it's part of it. Your mind will make it seem like everybody around you hates you and they can see what you've done. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing that you've done unless you tell them. And they're not concerned about what you did. They're just happy that you came back, to be honest. They're like, "Oh my god, like I'm just happy that you made it back." And you're holding a cloud over your head. You made that decision to be upset at yourself for doing what you had to do to survive. Time to stop doing that. I will I will let you know of the things that trigger me. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what all triggers me because I haven't been um able to be around everything. But this affects me. So I'm going to let you know that this affects me, and then maybe we can work towards it not affecting me, or you guys avoid, because some of this stuff is going to be connected to you guys, and it has nothing to do with you specifically. It's something that is in my mind that is reminding me of something that has absolutely nothing to do with you. And I do apologize that you're a part of this, but you guys wanted to know. Now you know. Every time you do this specific thing, like uh before my husband passed, when we first got together, he did this thing that set me off so bad. He had to know what he did. So he was playing, but he mushed me right here in the center of my head. He just mushed me. And I saw red. wait, wait. What? We're not playing on. What is happening? We're not playing anymore. I'm smiling now, but I was not smiling then. It was a problem. And he had no idea what he did. And I explained to him. Okay. I yelled at him. And I probably used some choice words too. I was cussing then. I'm not cussing now, for the record. Okay? Um, but I probably used some choice words and was like, "Don't ever do that again. Don't ever put your fingers on my forehead. Don't ever don't do don't do that." And he never did it again. And I never had to worry about that again because he cared enough to not do it. And if these are your family members, your friends, people that actually care about you, yeah, they might slip up once or twice because such is life. Things happen, right? But they will remember immediately, most of them, unless they smoke a lot. And then they might forever. Just, sorry. Um, but yeah, that conversation is going to be a nice one because as family members, you guys need to ask questions. Okay, is it okay if I do this? Okay, what else can I do? Oh, add some, bring some tea. Bring some green tea. It has calming agents in it, and it's good for your body as well. And it's a detoxifier, if I'm not mistaken. So that will help as well. Try some green tea. Have the conversation with some tea. Don't do it with coffee because that's going to add caffeine. People going to be jittery and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, okay. These are things, conversations that you have to have because if you don't have the conversation, then everybody is just assuming things. And we know what assumptions do, right? Eh? I'm not going to finish it, but you know exactly what I mean, okay? We're smart together. Yay. But the point is, you have to have these conversations. Ask questions. If you have a question, okay, well, now here's the caveat to that, my loves. If they don't want to answer at that time, they don't have to. You have to pace yourself because if you push too hard, too fast, you're going to push them away. And that's not what we want. We want them to come home. We want them to actually be a part of the family again. I know you miss their laugh. I know you miss them messing with you all the time because all veterans are a little retarded. Love you. I'm just saying, like, we're fun. We're fun. Look at the smile. I'm just saying. So it's just time. You have to pace yourself. Yes, I know you want all the information now. I know you want that person back right now, but that's not how this works. And we're going to keep on pushing that. Okay? It's not at your pace, okay? You didn't go through this. They did. You didn't see any of the stuff. It don't matter if they explain it to a T. It's not the same. Okay? Okay? All right. You'll never understand, but you can be empathetic. Does that make sense? Like, I can no, you can't. You can't understand. A therapist can't understand. All they can do is be empathetic. That's it. The emotion attached, I can, no, no, not even that. The emotion attached is why we have PTSD. The emotion attached was so large that our brain was like, nah. That's what happened. That's kind of what happened. Like your brain was like, you know what? I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm tired. It's a lot going on right now. And that's what your brain did. It took a break. And then when it turned back on, it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna turn on this room right here. I'm gonna leave the other rooms off until I feel like flipping that switch again. So that's the way your brain did. I'm sorry if that does make sense, but that's what exactly what your brain did. Your brain was like, "Oh, this was a lot." But yeah, so the conversation, you have to acknowledge, yes, I know I'm like, acknowledge that you're moody. Okay? You're moody. You're a moody person. You're moody. People can't tell if they could talk to you that day or the next day. Okay? You need to have a schedule put up. Okay? You need to have a full schedule. Okay, today I'm gonna be pissed off. Tomorrow I'll be happy. I might just be like a medium zombie on the next day, and then the following day I'm just gonna be sleepy all day. Listen, put up a schedule. I'm just saying, you're moody. I know I was moody. Moody. Like, I felt bad for the people around me because they didn't know who they was going to get that day. Or if they was even going to see me. I go missing. If somebody made me mad, I would change my number and move. Petty. Listen, I'm good for moving away. I'm good for moving away. Let me just tell you that now. I'm golden, okay? I don't need that phone number. I can get another one. It's not that serious. But I had to learn how to have conversations because I'm tired of moving. I don't want to move. I don't want to move no more. I'm good. So might as well have these stupid conversations. Cause I listen, okay. If this is your first time tuning in, I call everything stupid. I apologize. And yes, I might use the N-word every once in a while. I don't cuss, but that's the word that come out my mouth. So I do apologize in advance. Love you. Smooches. I'm just saying, like, these conversations are going to be dumb. They're going to be magical, but they're going to be dumb at the same time. They're going to be really, really dumb because they're going to ask some dumb questions like, were you scared? What kind of family members? Listen to me close. Don't you ask that dumb question. Don't you ask that dumb question. Now, depending on your family member, you can ask them if they ever killed anybody, and you can probably ask them how many people. Listen, you can ask again, my veteran family, my brother in arms. You do not have to answer any of these questions. But I got a lot of friends that really don't care. So they'll just answer it. Shout out to my homie. Pew pew. I'm just saying, like, stop telling people yo killed. Listen, I'm just saying, it's a process, okay? These conversations need to be had because they really did miss us. Most of them. They really did miss us. And they really do want to see the old us, or at least a portion of it, come back. Because we can never be the old us. But we can bring back some of the good traits of the old us that we would like to carry on, that we haven't been carrying on. So it's time to find those things out too. You might want to let your family know your goals. Because I know that a lot of veterans came back and they came back with plans, like good plans, like amazing plans. Like, I'm so proud of all my friends. They are killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I'm gonna name drop one day. um, so yeah, it's just one of those situations where I like to see us win. So maybe now is the time to tell your family members what some of your plans are. Listen, don't you tell everybody everything that you plan on doing. You better keep something a secret. I still don't trust people. I'm still working on that, okay? Don't you tell people what you finna do so they can steal your plan. And then you wondering why they getting paid and you ain't. So sad. Mm-mm-mm. Gave away your plan. Stop doing that. But yeah, so these conversations at first are going to be a little awkward because most likely you've just blasted on somebody. I don't know why. Like, I was blasting on people all the time. I didn't care. I was sick of everybody because I felt some type of way. I always felt some type of way. It was all good though. But yeah, the questions that you ask, the answers that you give will determine the trajectory of how quickly you come out of this hole. Because trust and believe, PTSD is a whole hole. I use both words. uh but yeah, it's a hole that you're living in. And to get out of this hole, there's multiple steps that you have to take to get to the other side. And if you're going to do this, you gotta do it big. Gotta. Because if you don't, then it's going to take a lot longer. And the longer it takes, the more you feel like it's not going to happen. So if you can do this fairly quickly, you'll see a change in a couple months. You might not be all the way out the hole, but you'll see a change in a couple of months. 100%. So it's listen, at this point, you asked for this. You said this was what you wanted. You said that you were tired of living the way that you're living. So now it's time to change it, right? Like, who want to be crying all the time? Like, you end up with headaches. You end up with them little white lines down your cheeks where the tears done dried up and you done fell asleep. You ever fell asleep crying? It's stupid. One of the dumbest things ever. Yeah, it's dumb. But it's something that I've done. When you're depressed, it's something that you've done. Just trying to get some peace. But there's a way to get your peace back. Tell people what. Sometimes allowing people to see what you've lost makes them understand what you want to gain. Ooh, that was deep. I be deep sometimes. Don't tell nobody. Nah, I tell everybody. Um, but yeah. So at this point, we're starting to have conversations with people. So once we start having these conversations, the ball's going to start to roll. And then you're going to start feeling some of that weight lift off of you. And it's going to be amazing. And we're going to keep going because I want you to be on the other side of this as soon as possible. Okay? Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Okay. All right. Love you guys, my brethren in arms. Yep. Deuce.